Live? I am live. I've got to be live. I am live. Am I live? Can everyone hear me? You should hear some audio. Hopefully you can hear some audio because that was a huge problem. I'm gonna check my YouTube channel real quick and just make sure that I'm gonna make sure real quick that the audio is working. For all of you, good morning. I'm Danny, and we're gonna be doing a stream about coffee. Ow, that's hot. Jesus, don't put your arm on there. These things get super hot. Let me just make sure that everything is working, and then we'll start with the stream. But why don't you go ahead and get settled in if you have your coffee. I'm gonna be making coffee today, so it should be a good time. Hopefully. I hope. If you're watching this, we've got like one person watching so far, so welcome. Stay tuned if you want, or you could let me know if you're hearing the audio because it's very, very hard for me to check if it's working. So I'm just gonna make sure that my live is going. Oh, 6 people on YouTube are watching.
Very, very hard for me to
yes.
check.
Yes. Okay. Woo! The audio is working. It's sad because the only way I know is if I look at my phone and check. So, anyways, welcome to everybody for my live stream. It is Saturday, and I just wanted to share Oh, hello everybody. God, my comments are still messed up. Let's see. Let me unstretch those comments real quick because I apologize. Dr. Hamilton? Let me just make sure that my my alert box is not all. It is kind of screwed up. Oh yeah, this didn't work at all. Ugh. Anyways, I'm gonna pull up the video on my phone so that way I can actually monitor that. Because Dr. Hamilton, hey, how you doing, Danny? I am live. Thanks for commenting. My chat box thing is kind of wonky. I've never been able to fix it. Because I was talking to Evan, my friend, my filmmaker friend, and he was giving me graph for not being able to live stream. And I was like, it's hard. It's really hard to live stream sometimes. Like, just nothing freaking works. But anyways, if you are here watching this glorious Saturday morning, welcome to my channel. Welcome to my show. I honestly just wanted to film myself making coffee, and then it turned into this whole thing where I decided to like set up the camera and wear the San Antonio Spurs shirt. If anyone else is a Spurs fan, I don't actually watch. I don't know if they're football or basketball, to be honest. I don't know. They're a sports team though, so go Spurs. Get the other team. Get them good. So anyways, welcome to the show where I ramble quite a bit because we are live and this is not scripted. I literally turned on the camera, figured out how to do everything here, and then I just was like, you know what? We're going to do it live. In fact, look at how crazy this setup is right here. Like, I had to freaking set up my computer all the way over here this morning, which was not fun. And then I have the camera here and a little fashionable light to help things make better. But yeah, and then here's some of my coffee supplies we're going to be going through today. So yeah, hey everybody. Hey Movie Sauce, thank you for the comment. Oh, thanks Dr. Hamilton. Oh, they're a basketball team. Oh my gosh, the buttons are like little basketballs. Oh wow, can I show that? Yeah, that's so, wow, that's just so over the top. But also now I know, if I ever forget what team these are, I know that they're basketball. Oh, that's kind of great. It's just so extreme. Hey Mike, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. So anyways, there's people are watching on YouTube and they're also watching on Amazon right now. So if you're watching on Amazon, you're already on Amazon looking for things to possibly buy. And the reason I do these streams is, one, because they're kind of fun and I would want to do them, but also because when I do these streams, it helps fund the channel so that I can afford to make like the Vegas video that I made. The whole reason that I do this is because, yeah, I need the money, basically. But also I feel very strongly about some of the stuff I review. I get very interested and very obsessed with things. And as you guys saw from my last video I released about espresso machines, I got super deep, heavy into espresso, and it was like a huge challenge. And basically I learned a lot, and I finally learned how to make a decent shot of espresso. The milk game is still a little wonky, but yesterday I got a pretty good latte. So we'll be doing some of that today. But anyways, thank you for coming. I'm going to start finally talking about something of substance here. I'm going to talk about the Gaggia. It is a wonderful little made in Italy espresso machine. This machine's going for about 400 plus right now, so it is not a cheap item at all. But my gosh, it's actually really well made. It's all a pretty decent gauge of steel around it. It's clearly like a steel pressed thing where they like fold it and then put it together. It's got a very minimalistic design here. This is kind of the gateway machine to doing espresso, meaning that like there's a lot of appliances out there that you can use to make espresso, but like you aren't really capable of really getting into true espresso until you get a machine that can fulfill certain criteria. Maintaining hot enough temperature, being able to push enough pressure through finely ground coffee beans, and being able to do it consistently without like dying on the first shot and not being able to maintain temperature. There's a lot of appliances that will do the same thing, but they won't maintain their heat, or they're designed for a different fineness of coffee that you could get out of a coffee grinder versus like a fancy espresso grinder that I have here. It's very complicated. It's very hard to explain just in words. So if I'm confusing you, or if you want to turn away from the channel, don't turn away. Don't go away. Just stay there, because you're going to watch me drink espresso. And who doesn't want to do that? Dr. Hamilton also needs money. Yes. No, we're not talking about the Handy today, Evan. No. I've been thinking about reviewing the Handy, but not today. Not today, Satan. Anyways, so here we go. This is the Gaggia. What's really cool about it is it's got a really nice little design tray here for when all your water leaks out of it after you do a shot. You can also get in there. Jeez. It's also got this removable water tray here, which is super easy, as you can see. Oh, the thing's in the way. Basically, this is how you refill your water. So once you put this thing in the counter and tuck it away, you never have to take it back out, because you can just pull your water out this way. Surprisingly, it's just these little elastic tubes. Oh my gosh, Movie Sauce? What did you do that for? Movie Sauce just donated $4 to my channel. Oh my god, I've never had anyone donate to my channel before. Wow. Oh my gosh, everyone give Movie Sauce a round of applause. That's really, really nice of you. I am a little disappointed that you didn't do $4.20, but $4 is great. So, wow, thank you. You know what? The sad thing is Movie Sauce, that hash brown that could afford me to, like, that $4.20 can't even buy me 2 hash browns. That's what's sad about this. Anyways. Yeah, me and Movie Sauce were talking about making a video about hash browns, but we're still figuring it out. Not a movie, but like a show about how expensive they've gotten. I don't know if anyone else is having McDonald's this morning, but hash browns in Las Vegas are through the roof. They're like $2.30 a hash brown here. It's insane. Makes me very angry. But anyways, here we go. Here is the Gaggia. So you can refill the water very easily. I've already turned this machine. Oh shoot! I need to put the tube in. The tube was sticking out here. That's the thing about espresso is you try to make it look smooth, and it's not smooth at all. It's actually really awkward. God. I just need these tubes to go in the water. Jesus, Dr. Hamilton, you gave me $10. Oh my God, thank you. What the heck is going on? I know you can't just. You don't have to pay for me. That's really nice of you, though. Like, oh. Mike said for the greasy potatoes, the succulent, delicious hash browns. Dang! Thank you, Dr. Hamilton. That's ridiculously. No, I'm not going to show you the Handy, Evan. Stop it. Anyways, we're going to talk about espresso, not the Handy today. God, look at that. That's amazing. Wow. That like made my morning already. Like, oh. Dang. Wow. That's, Jesus. You guys are nuts. I guess I am being a little bit of a pitch man today, I guess you could say. Like, if YouTube and Amazon weren't a thing, I would probably be at Costco, like, being like, hey, how's it going? Do you have a coffee machine? Like, that's probably what I would be doing in my life, or selling TVs or something. I would basically be a pitch man, but I much prefer to do it like this because I don't have to act as fancy and professional. I can just be myself, which I think is like the most important thing. So this is the slowest espresso video anywhere. If you were wanting me to make espresso quickly, I apologize for how slow it's going. But the thing about Amazon that this is also showing on is that you have to be on there for a while to start generating enough views. Yeah. Anyways, so we're gonna make an espresso today. So here's the Gaggia here. Gaggia comes with 2 portafilters. If you didn't know what these things are, they're called portafilters. I don't know why they're called portafilters, but basically this is where you put your espresso in and it shoots out. Now, if you'll notice here on these things, if you'll notice, there's these little holes in this thing, and that is basically the holes that the coffee will push up against while it's getting about 9 bars of pressure shooting through it. So it's basically a pressure filter kind of device, essentially what's going on. So I'm gonna do some espresso stuff here. But while I do this, I actually have to switch through some of these items to show you what I'm actually doing here. So this is the time course coffee scale that I'm going to be using, by the way. This thing's actually super critical for doing espresso. If you thought you could just get by with beans, I'm sorry, you actually have to do more things than that. So basically what this scale does is, this scale, I'll turn it around here so it's a little easier to see. This scale will measure the weight of how much stuff you put in it. And you can tar it to get it to a 0. So when I put the espresso beans in, then I'll know how many beans I'm going to put in there. Usually I put in about 15 to 18 grams. For the Gaggia bottomless one I'm using here today, you can usually put in around 15 pretty easily. So what I'm going to do is I am going to do my little espresso shot here. Some nice fresh beans. By the way, this device is not sold on Amazon, but they do sell other Eureka Pignons. All right, let's see how many beans this is. Get my pinky out of the way. All right, 16. 16 is not bad, so 16 will work with. What I'm going to use next to do this is I am going to find the stupid thing. There it is. I'm going to use this wooden this weighted distribution tool thingy. It's not a weighted distribution tool. It's basically a bunch of needles that you use to even out the beans here. And honestly, I thought maybe this was unnecessary, but everything about espresso requires very close attention to detail. Otherwise it tastes bad. So that's why I started doing this. It just gets a little bit more even so you can avoid channeling by distributing the grinds a little bit better. So anyways, it's actually really nice. I like this thing. All right, so going back to the machine here, back to the Gaggia. Oh wait, whoops, sorry. While I'm demonstrating this, I also have to talk about something else. It's like I need an assistant. This is called a tamp, by the way. This is a thing that just used to push the pressure down on the beans, just so there's enough, the beans are packed together closely enough so you can push the right amount of pressure through. What you'll do is you'll put it on this little mat here, like that. Oh my God, it's gonna fall off. This could be a disaster. Everyone pray. What's great about it is that this thing bottoms out at 30 pounds of pressure. So when you push it down, that's 30 pounds of pressure, so you do it consistently every time, because consistency is super important for espresso. So look at that beautiful, beautiful little espresso boy. We're gonna put him in the machine. Come on. It's really hard to do with one hand. All right. And then we are going to do some other things. We're gonna put a cup under there. And normally what you would do is you would use this scale to actually measure how many beans you're getting, but we're gonna kind of wag it for this one just because life is complicated and you just want to see me pull a shot. So here we go. I hope this works. I hope it's not too hot. All right, camera. Oh my God, it's hard to do this. Okay, here we go. We're gonna pull a shot. Ideally, you want to, if you're doing 16 grams of coffee or 16 grams in this case, you want about a 2-to-1 ratio. So 32 grams of weight in the cup in about 20 to 30 seconds. I'm not gonna measure the time right now, but I'll show you why this machine over here is better for this. There we go. Please work. Please no disasters all over my electronics. So it's taken a little while to get through the thing. That's okay. No big deal. I just installed a new spring in this thing. Work. Okay, that took forever. This is probably going to be a very bitter shot because I can tell it took forever to get through there. Oh, wow, that's a weird looking distribution. Yep, and there's the backfill flushy thingy. It keeps your tam from getting super wet. So there we go. All right, turn this thing off. We have a beautiful shot of espresso. And Christina Nietzsche said, Rancilio is my next espresso machine. I have a whole coffee machine collection. Christina, I've actually seen your show, or like your videos before, because I also got really into coffee, and I was like, oh, she loves it. Thank you for the comment, and yes, the Rancilio is great. Like, this thing is blowing my mind. So when I talk about it, yeah, I think you'll probably agree with a lot of things if you've been doing your research, and I know you have. So thanks for commenting, by the way. So here we go. This is the Gaggia espresso shot. Beauty shot there. It looks great, but that's the thing about espresso is even if it looks good, it may not necessarily taste very good, depending on how the extraction goes. So, oh my God, that's actually a really good shot. Wow. That might be a perfect shot, actually. No, it's a little bitter. I'm tasting a little bitterness on the back of my tongue. But honestly, this shot is smooth. Super smooth. Wow, that's delicious. That is a good shot of coffee. Like, I'm really impressed, actually. This is an excellent base for making all of your like latte drinks and whatnot. Something to keep in mind, though, about this machine, something I didn't tell you, but is important to note. This machine here, the Gaggia, comes straight from the factory with 12 bar of pressure, meaning there's a spring in there that exudes about 12 times the amount of gravity or whatever you're pushing the water through the machine. And it's extremely easy to do that. It is meant to be used with ground coffee. So if you have a coffee grinder, the Gaggia is meant to be used with that. Like, a coffee grinder is a grinder that can grind beans so pretty fine, but not fine enough for like real espresso shots, and it can't do it consistently enough. So they've designed this gets really technical, by the way. They've designed something called a dual wall basket here that helps up the pressure for this stuff. You can't really see it, but there's like one hole in there versus something like this that has a bunch of holes in it. You can't really see it. I'm gonna pull out the cell phone camera to explain this, since we got all the time in the world. Boop. So here is a double wall basket. This is for like ground coffee, basically. This is a single shot, but it's a normal basket that you would see on a real espresso machine. Or they're all real, but this basically makes artificial pressure is what it does. And this one depends on you to grind the beans fine enough to get the right amount of pressure. You will never get as rich of a shot, like as tasty or as just immense of an espresso shot with this. It always kind of tastes just like heavy coffee. It tastes like concentrated coffee at the double wall. But with a single wall like this, you will get like the full taste of the extraction. It's just a little harder to do. But anyways, with that double wall, this machine comes with 12 bars of pressure built in this spring that comes with it. And you can go on eBay and buy a $10 spring that brings it back down to like the 9.5 bars of pressure. It's so easy to do. You just open up the machine, unscrew one plug, and you just replace the screw. And it turns this into a 9-bar machine so that you can more effectively use it with these open wall baskets. So kind of technical, but it tastes better. If you're going to be doing like real espresso where you're doing the grinder yourself, this machine is not going to come straight from the factory like that. You might want to replace the spring to get it's going to taste a little bit smoother. But if you're using the double wall here and you just want to use ground coffee from your coffee machine, then that's fine. Then you don't need to touch the machine at all. But if you do want to do real espresso, you may want to look into getting this different spring. But again, here's the old spring that was in here. So anyways, just a little bit about that machine. See how my comments are doing. Just check the YouTube real quick here. I refuse to get an iPhone, which makes some things more difficult on Amazon. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, Dr. Hamilton says it's an expensive espresso machine. You really need to love coffee. Yes, you really got to be into it. I really love coffee, and then I thought naturally I would love espresso. But what I don't love about espresso, that's really expensive. I think it has to do with like heat consistency and then being able to deliver a consistent amount of pressure and be able to do it shot after shot after shot. Like it's demanding a lot of components, and so you have to have pretty robust components to be able to do that. But the Gaggia does it pretty cheap compared to the Rancilio here. So, yeah, there you go. There's the Gaggia. So here's some other things I want to show you. While we pulled the shot, you may have noticed we haven't done any cleanup, and that's actually kind of important as well. Boop, ba-doop, boop, boop, boop. I basically put all these items that I wanted to have breakfast with on here. So here's this Dream Farm tamp thing. It's called a knock box. This is just a box where you hit out the espresso from your puck. And you don't think you need this until you start pulling shots and you're like, realize that it's actually really helpful. So I've got this disgusting little brownie looking thing in here, and then you just use the knock box to smack it out. And it gives you a place to do it. Ugh, gross. It always looks like baby poop. There you go. I was doing this on my trash can, but I was afraid that I was going to start like smashing open my trash can. So that's why the knock box is helpful. Just going to wash this out. The other thing about espresso is it's super dirty. Like everything is dirty. Like you will make a mess when you start doing espresso until you get your system figured out really well. Like you're gonna make a mess. Which, by the way, if you're making a mess, you can buy Mr. Sega towels. You know you've come to a new low in your life when you're selling towels on the internet. But these are great towels. They're used for cleaning up everything. They're microfiber, so you can use them dry to wipe away certain materials and smudges and stuff. They're actually very useful. And they're cheap. And they're not expensive at all. What I like to do is I just like to get it a little wet, wring it out, and then it's pretty much good for my morning routine. These towels come especially in handy when you start making the milk, which milk is a whole nother thing that we'll go through here. In fact, I'm gonna make some milk for this shot right now because we need to. Look at how messy my desk area is becoming. It's becoming filthy. Sheesh. Let's see. Where's this thing? Come on. All right. We're gonna steam some milk. Where is my, here we go, nice. I'm almost out of milk. That's not a good thing today. So what you wanna do is you wanna fill your pitcher kind of fullish, or like barely full. Maybe like, I like to do it like a quarter. And what you're gonna do on the Gaggia here, my God, this is a mess. On the Gaggia here, there's a series of 3 switches that you've got to look at here. Whoops. Oh, did it time out? My webcam timed out. Stand by. Work. There we go. So, here's these 3 buttons, right? Come on. It's really hard to film this. My God. Oh, it's upside down. Oh. Okay, so here we go. So when you're doing the shot, like we did earlier, you just want to push this this middle button to shoot the shot. But if you want to steam milk, sorry for the camera movement, you're actually going to push this button. All you're going to do is turning this on is going to tell it, hey, I want steam now. Notice all the icons are kind of at the bottom of the switch, so when you put this down, it's going to tell you it's going to start doing steam. And it's basically going to tell you it's ready when the light comes on. So that's what's going on there. What you want to do before you start steaming the milk, though, is you've got to purge the valve. So all that means is just kind of get the cold water out of it so you can get ready to steam. This machine's been on for a while, so... Whoa! Oh my god, I'm going to destroy all my equipment. Yeah, so you saw that water come out? Look at that, that's so much fun. This thing has got a powerful steam wand. It's actually really effective. So we are ready to steam, it looks like. It appears to be hot enough, even though... Oh, the light is on. It's just really hard to see if the light's on. So we're going to steam some milk here and see how we do. It's really hard to do this on camera and then also while doing it backwards. So let's see if I can get this right. Oh my god. Another trick about doing the milk, though, is you've also got to have it kind of cold, and then you have to do this angle thing, and here we go. You're listening for like a tearing paper sound, and you're trying not to get too many bubbles. I'm doing okay. And you want to hold it, oh god, and you want to like do it until your hand can't touch it for about a second until burning. This is not perfect. That's not the noise you want to hear. Nope. Oh god, wrong way. Alright, the milk is done. It's not perfect. I'll show you what it looks like. You immediately want to wipe off this thing and then do a little spritz, get that milk out. There we go. Alright, so here's the milk here. There's the milk right there. As you can see, I didn't do it very well because there's bubbles in it. So it's not the worst, but then you just do it. Here we go. That's actually not the worst. I don't know how to do latte art. But there you go. You got a latte. Beautiful looking little latte. Let's see if it tastes any good. Actually, it tastes delicious. That's actually really good. This was an incredible shot. Putting that 9-bar spring in there on the Gaggia really helped. For being as cheap as it is, it's actually a really capable machine. And it's making me regret, why did I buy the Rancilio when the Gaggia can do all of this? It's just a little bit less consistently. My God. Let me check out the comments here real quick, see how people are doing. Dr. Hamilton says, we have a professional coffee machine at work. This all seems like too much work. I just use it for hot water in my tea. Yeah, it is. Yeah, Dr. Hamilton, it is weird to call you Dr. Hamilton. It could be Dr. Hamilton for all I know. But yeah, it's a ton of work, man. But it's kind of fun. Once you figure out how to do it and you've like gotten through like the knowledge barrier, it's actually a great time. So anyways. Oh, Dustin, thank you for watching on Amazon, by the way. All right, so let's move on, ladies and gentlemen. What you've all been waiting for, and actually kind of what I was waiting for, the Rancilio Silvia Pro X. So this machine is one of the nicest, like, home semi-commercial machines that you can buy. As you can notice here, it's huge. The thing is massive. But what differentiates this machine from the Gaggia here? The Gaggia is a single boiler. It's only got one little boiler group head thing in here, in the front here, that develops all of your heat and everything for both the steam and the espresso, which need 2 different temperatures. What the Rancilio does is it actually has 2 boilers. Inside of it, it's got a boiler for the milk, and then it also has a boiler for the espresso shots. So it's called a dual boiler. Dual boilers are very expensive, but what they do really well is they do temperature very consistently. And they also are able to pull shots while steaming milk at the same time. The thing you can't do with the Gaggia is you can't steam milk and pull a shot at the same time. That, I believe, is the sound of the boiler filling up with water. I am pretty sure. So there's a reservoir in the back here. I'll show you. There's a reservoir in the back here. Unlike the Gaggia, there's only a reservoir in the back, whereas the Gaggia can kind of like, you can pull this thing out and refill the water and don't have to move it. Unfortunately for the Rancilio, you're stuck using this water thing in the back. That is a water softener in there, made by Oscar from a company in Italy. And it basically just softens the water so that your pipes don't get like limestone in them and stuff like that. But you can just fill it up with in the back. So you will have to move this machine to fill it up. It's got a absolutely massive cup warming tray here that gets pretty warm. Normally you'd put your cups up here when you're getting ready for espresso. But because my cabinets are too small, I can only really fit the machine under there and just like a few small accessories, nothing too tall. But just to show you here, that thing that you see, that little number counting up, that's called a PID. I forget exactly what it stands for, but it's essentially like the temperature regulator on the shot boiler. And you can set it, I believe, anywhere from 195 to 205. I just keep it straight at 200 just because like that's right in the sweet spot for what most coffee requires. 195 to 205 is like the known standard for temperature for extracting coffee. The PID makes the temperature much more precise and importantly consistent. So you can stop thinking about how the machine's brewing and start working on your grinds and your beans, and just less frustration when you're really trying to dial in a shot for a really good experience. It's got some nice features here. Let's see if it's on. Yep. So you can turn the steam on. Ah! My little wooden things. You can turn the steam on or off with this knob. As you do that, it will turn on or off this button, and you only have to actuate this once. So every time you turn on the machine from here on out, if you want it to always start working on steam, it'll start doing that. It's also got a little water button here. If you like doing Americanos, it's not hot enough. It won't do it because it's not hot enough. But once it gets up to temp, you could just put your cup under there and it'll spray water out. It's also got a little pressure gauge here, so it'll show you like what pressure you're getting if you're getting that 9.5 bars that you're looking for. It's just a great situational awareness tool. It's got a really robust knob here for the steam. Of course, the steam's not going to work right now. Yeah, no, it's not hot enough. The steam takes a while to get up to temp, but I would say this brew head only took about like a couple minutes to get up to temp, which is really nice. So if you want to get a shot right away, you can do that. The only thing you have to wait on is getting your milk ready. That takes a little bit longer. But you can also get like a timed switch for your kitchen where you could just turn this on automatically if you have a schedule you want to adhere to, which is a really nice way to do it. So you wake up and the machine's all good to go for you. But if you're like me and your schedule's all over the place, making a schedule makes no sense. You just turn it on, go take a shower, and come right back. But again, this one doesn't take very long. Look at this massive steam knob, by the way. This thing is massive. Compared to the Gaggia, it's way bigger, has way more articulation. You can go up and down, all around. It's got like a little ball joint in there. And then on the Gaggia, you can see that the Gaggia only goes 2 directions, which is fine. But you just get a little bit more control for different kinds of cups and stuff like that with this thing. Also, you'll burn the crap out of yourself if you touch the metal part here. Don't do that. Only touch this part or your cup. So there you go. The Rancilio, we'll get that started here. We'll get it going and then we'll pull a shot on it. Whoa. And I'll take this time to check out what's going on in the comments. All right, bye, Mike. See you later. I'm going to drink some of this espresso, by the way. Dustin's my only fan on Amazon Live right now. Oh, that is a really good shot of espresso. I'm actually very satisfied. This is a good day because I got a good shot right off the bat. Oh, the other thing about the Rancilio here is it actually comes with a pretty nice tamp. This thing is, it won't focus because it sees my face. This tamp is actually really nice, straight from the factory from Rancilio or wherever they get it. Usually you'll get a cheap tamp. Let me show you the one that comes with the Gaggia. It's horrible. Woof, it is a bad tamp. So the Gaggia comes with this. It comes with this little plastic tamp. That's it. That's all you get. It works fine. 58 millimeter size. But this is what the Rancilio comes with, as it should for being a much more expensive machine. What I recommend is if you get the Gaggia, just get yourself a nice little tamp. The Lux House here has been great. It's so much nicer. Not only will it do a more consistent job because of the weighted pressure that it has in it, but it just feels nicer to hold and it'll make your espresso making a more enjoyable experience. So that's still heating up. Or the milk is anyways. This thing's ready to make a shot, but here's the portafilter it comes with. This thing's about 700 and something grams. It's really, really nice compared to the one that comes with the Gaggia here. In fact, I'll show you up close what it looks like. So here we go. Here's the Gaggia on my left, and then the Rancilio on the right. One thing you'll notice right away is that the Rancilio sits mostly upright, whereas the Gaggia has a slant to it, which this is just easier to tamp when you're ready to go because it's pretty much level, versus this one you kind of have to like do this to it on the Gaggia. The handle is kind of plasticky on the Gaggia, where on the Rancilio it's this like really high quality polymer, plastic, rubbery kind of thing. It feels substantial. It's got a ton of weight to it. The thickness of the steel is much more substantial on the Rancilio. This feels exactly like the same tamp that they probably use on their professional machines. In fact, there probably is no difference, to be honest. I used to be a barista, fun fact, about 11 years ago for CC's Coffee, and this feels like a professional portafilter to me. Whereas the Gaggia feels a little cheap, but hey, if it works, it works. The important part is that beautiful drink of espresso right there. Whew. How's everybody doing? You don't realize how exhausting it is to talk for hours and hours on camera in front of everybody until you start doing it. I'm also going to make some coffee because I've got the coffee machine up on my carousel for Amazon. I should probably start that, but we'll do a shot on the Rancilio first. All right, so Rancilio Silvia Pro. Okay, so I'm gonna do some beans in this guy. I'm gonna get my scale on here. Oh, you can hear it. It's a beautiful sound. All right. So here we've got our scale. We're gonna do a shot on the Rancilio. Matthew Manzel says, all these steps make me more glad that I stuck with my Nespresso. Yeah, definitely, Matthew. I understand. Yeah, it's complicated. But it's really fun once you figure it out. It's just a month of pain until you do. So here we go. Yeah, 794 grams on the scale for the portafilter. This thing is heavy. And just to show you the comparison between this and the Gaggia. This is the Gaggia. The Gaggia only weighs about 505 grams. This thing is almost twice the weight of the Gaggia one. So we'll tar it out there. All right. We're gonna get over here. Okay, can you see it? Hold on, let me pull this camera up. Okay, here we go. All right, so we're gonna do some grinding there. This is a version of the Eureka Mignon Specialta or whatever, but this is like a stripped down version that doesn't have all the features. But I didn't list this on the carousel, but there are versions of this sold on Amazon that are really good. But this one is just fine. All right, let's see, how much coffee do we have? I hope I didn't retar it. No, I just retarred it. Damn it. Dang it. You know what? It looks like we just need just a little bit more. All right. So here we go. Here's how I'm going to do this. Beautiful espresso. Distribute those beans nice and neat. Also, one thing I can't share with you is how good this smells. Freshly grinded beans smell so nice. It's a really good experience. There we go. Beautiful. Ready for a tamp, I'd say. We're going to take this over here to this mat which, by the way, I have to talk about this for just a second. This mat here has been a game changer. This WatchGet espresso mat. It's basically this mat that just sits above your counter, and it's got a 90-degree angle built into it. And it's great for just doing espresso stuff. One, it keeps your counter clean, and then two, while you're like putting all these heavy metal devices down, it just protects your counter. And it's got a little bit of a ridge here on the edge, which just makes a nice experience for keeping those little pesky coffee beans off the counter there. So here we go. We're going to do a little tamp with the Lux House. You're going to see the thing go down once I hit 30 pounds of pressure, which it's really hard to do with the phone. All right, there we go. It's really hard to do with the phone. Now we've got a nice, perfectly pressed puck there. Not perfect, but that's okay. It just needs to taste good. That's really all that matters. So here we go. The Rancilio. We'll put this in here. Ew. It's really hard to do this. Come on. Okay. Whew. It is in there. Nice. All right. So we're going to do a brand new cup right there. One of the nice things about the... Oh my gosh! Quantum donated $2! Holy crap! Dude. Thank you, Quantum. Thank you for the $2. That is really nice of you. Oh my god. You guys are being really nice to me. I really appreciate that. That's, you know, you don't have to donate, but it's like, it does help fuel the channel, and that's really awesome of you, so I appreciate that. But I appreciate it. You got the Klipsch PMH 2.1. Any thoughts on it? I believe you might be referencing a computer speaker, if I'm mistaken. I could be wrong. But I have not used the Klipsch PMH 2.1. If it is a computer speaker, though, like I actually have a different brand that I like to use from Lenovo that are just fine. But all I can speak towards confidently is the Klipsch, the 1 and the 3, which I think are excellent home style speakers, or what do they call them, like vintage speakers or whatever, or Heritage. That's it, Heritage brand speakers. Those are excellent. Unfortunately, I haven't listened to these yet. You can add another comment though, and I'll try to read it and see if I can get more fidelity on that. But thank you so much for the $2. I appreciate that. That's really nice of you. That's insanely nice. So anyways, moving on here, we're about to do a shot with that Rancilio here. And I actually do have a bottomless portafilter for this one as well. But this one is not sold on Amazon. So you can get them, but just realize they're not on Amazon. Or they are, but not the one I have. So this is called a dual shot spout. And as you can see, it's a little bit wide. It should fit in that cup, hopefully. We'll find out. We'll find out. What you're going to notice when I pull this shot, though, actually, you know what? We have enough room to do the whole procedure correctly on this one. So I'm going to show you. Let's see here. So here we have our cup. You just want to tar it out and make sure the cup is at 0. We probably put about 16 grams of coffee in there, so we're looking for about 30-ish grams of coffee out. God, come on. Get in there, stupid thing. All right. Whew. So what we're going to do is when this machine starts pouring, there's two things you're looking for. You're going to be looking for the weight of the liquid coming out, and then you're also going to be looking at the timer, which conveniently this thing has up here. The scale actually has it as well. Hold on, let me just... There we go. The scale actually has a timer on it as well, but because the Rancilio has a built-in timer, I'm just going to use that. So let's see. All we need to do is do the shot, and we're good to go. This is my favorite part. Yummy, yummy espresso in my tummy. Oh, that's beautiful. So that's 25, 26, 30. Okay, that's enough. So about 39, a lot of espresso there. Maybe it shot it out a little bit fast, but it might be just fine. All right. So let's try this bad boy. See how she do. It's a beautiful shot of espresso right there. This one's a little bit more bitter than the Gaggia, actually. Now, the beans were exactly the same. The pressure might have been slightly different. But, yeah, wow. Just a little bit more bitter. So if this one's coming out a little bit more bitter, what I would do with my grind is I would actually coarsen it up a little bit. I would do less of a fine grind. And that would allow the coffee to go through a little bit faster. Now, it's a good shot, though. That's a smooth, beautiful shot of espresso. What I will say, just for your knowledge, when you start getting into espresso machines and you start drinking them, there's a quick trick to figure out basically whether you've over or underdone the extraction. Yes, you can do it with the timer, with the scale and stuff, but that's really just to get you in the ballpark. And then taste comes into it in terms of what you prefer later on. So if you taste on the back of your tongue bitterness, that usually means that the beans are overly extracted. The water spent too much time in contact with the beans and it gets that bitter taste. And if you've under extracted, you'll taste it on the front of your tongue. You'll get a really horrific, hateful, sour taste on the front of your tongue. So that's how you can tell. So sour on the front, you've under extracted, meaning you need to get your beans a little bit finer. And coarse or bitter means that you need to coarsen up your coffee a little bit. So that it is basically it was over extracted. So you just got to go the opposite direction. It takes a while to get in your head, but that's how you can tell, depending on where you taste it on your tongue. In this one, I don't know, it's kind of evened out now that I've got my palate full of it, but I would say it's a little bit on the bitter side. So what I would do to tweak this machine a little bit, or not tweak the machine, but tweak my grind, was I would coarsen it up just a little bit, and it should be perfect. Let me read the comments, see what you guys are saying real quick here. I appreciate the comments. So Quantum, yeah, following up. The Pro Media Heritage 2.1 has 2 bookshelf speakers and 8-inch sub. It's on sale from... Oh, I saw this. I think you commented on my channel the other day. Yeah, so Quantum, just to iterate on your thing, I saw those speakers. I actually did go look them up after I saw your comment. A lot of people think I ignore comments, but I read almost all of them. Yeah, I haven't listened to it, but they're beautiful. Those Klipsch speakers are beautiful. I've seen them. They have like that nice, I think it's either an oak or a walnut veneer on them, and then like the front grill covers are like really vintage. All I can say is I thought they were beautiful, and I hope they sound good. So what I would say to you, Quantum, is when you get them in, let me know in the comments if you really like them. Because that's kind of where we share this knowledge. I would probably even go to one of my Klipsch videos and comment there, because then people can sort of see that if they're considering that as well. And the comments are so helpful on the channel. That's where you get like the wealth of knowledge from everybody collectively, and you can filter it out to what makes sense to you. But yeah, let me know. That's a really good deal. $200 for those, not a bad. So again, thanks for the donation. So back to coffee, everybody. If you're still watching, that's amazing. So you probably have this on in the background, or I really doubt that you're like concentrating directly on the screen while we're talking, but that's okay. You can have me as background noise as you want. That's totally fine. We're just hanging out having coffee. So I'm gonna make some milk for this guy. I made the mistake of leaving my milk out. Now it's gotten warm. It's probably not gonna froth, or it's probably not going to steam quite as well. So I'm gonna change it out for a different bag of milk. Bag of milk? I don't know why I said bag of milk. Maybe it's because in like high school they had milk bags. I'm gonna wash this out. Beautiful. All right, so here we go. We're gonna put some fresh milk in here, in the Rancilio. Dan says, hey, love. Hello, love. So I got some milk in here. What I'm going to do is, God, I can try and film this, but it's going to be really difficult. You know what? Let me go run and grab my tripod, And I'm gonna film me frothing the milk so you can get a better view of it. So 1 second, just 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I got my little camera tripod. Super useful, by the way. This is also sold on Amazon. Okay, let me activate that. Boop. Oh, killing me. It's upside down. It's always upside down. All right, don't get the buttons. Look at that. Action cam. All right, here we go. So what you want to do first, before you start doing a bunch of milk frothing, is you just want to purge out the line. Yeah. Ah, okay. Now we've got the shot here going. All right. God, I wonder if I can rearrange this box. 1 sec. Nope, not that. How do I rearrange this stupid webcam box? 1 sec. I don't want to break my chat. Black Friday. Where is it? Maybe I can't. Nope. Nope, not that. Okay, well, sorry, I can't change it. I thought I could change the frame. But anyways, you can see right here. This is the Rancilio frother steamer thing. We're going to be doing some milk stuff here. Dude, Quantum, thank you again. You did it again. You didn't have to do that. Thank you for the $2. Thank you, man. That's really nice of you. I appreciate that. It's going to the channel. It's going for the future speakers. So let me just rearrange this here. All right, so the trick with this apparently is that you kind of want to put the rod in the nozzle pitch area here just for consistency, and then you want to angle it either one direction or the other. So that way you can get a vortex when you start this thing. So let's see here. You don't want to stick it too deep in. You want like a 1/4 inch in. So here we go. You want to turn it on full blast. There we go. It's a little better. It's hard to get this stupid picture. I want you guys to have the best view of my milk frothing ever. God, it's really hard to film this. Oh, there we go. Okay. There we go. All right, so I've got it. As you can see, the tip right there is outside of the milk. I'm gonna push it in just a little bit and full bore it. Here we go, boys. Looking for a little bit of tearing paper noise. This is gonna be actually a really good, I can tell this is already going really well. Still kind of hot. That's it. Wow, that was easy. That's gonna be, I think, pretty good. So now, always wipe your thing down immediately and purge it. Okay, let me give this a better wipe real quick. Otherwise the milk will stick forever. A little wipey wipe. Yeah. Come on. Come on now. All right, there we go. Sweet, okay. This milk looks fantastic, actually. Man, I should have gotten this tripod out earlier. This thing is really helpful. So as you can see here, how do I go full screen on this? Is there a way to go full screen? Full screen. Just want to switch the things. Oh, I guess that button doesn't work. Anyways, I used to have it. So milk here is good to go. This is probably a pretty good consistency of milk. There's not too many bubbles. We'll see. You kind of don't, well, nah, it's not that great. Not terrible. Yeah, I didn't do a great job. I need a little bit more microfoam. Sorry, I'm blocking the camera. It still looks good, right? Am I right? It's just, I just didn't, yeah, I didn't have enough froth in there. By the way, if you guys want to see what else I'm about to put in here and lose your dang minds, where is it? Torani Pure Made Caramel Sauce. Get yours today. It's at the stores in most places. I just like to put a little bit of this on there because it's, look at how freaking good that looks. Like, is that not just gorgeous? That's going to be a good cup of joe right there. There we go. Let's see how it tastes. That's so good. It's so good. It's so good. Oh my gosh. Wow, that's a really good cup. So both of these machines did an excellent job of making espresso today. Wow. It only took a month and a half to get to this point, but finally we're here. Dang. That was freaking delicious, guys. That was so good. That made me happy. Get out of here, you dang thing. Dan Sev asked, looking for the best Bluetooth speaker less than 250. Dan, I think for less than 250, if you want a portable speaker, you should go for the Bose Flex. If you are looking for a home speaker, maybe a plug-in one, I would check out the Klipsch The One. I think those go for around 250-ish or a little less. So again, the Klipsch One for home speaker use, it's a great sounding speaker. It looks cool. And then if you want portable, the Bose Flex is probably the way to go. So thanks for the question. All right, so we've done some espresso making here. Now we're gonna move on a little bit. By the way, if you were wondering what coffee I'm using today, these people are not sponsors. I just really like their coffee and they probably will never see this. But this is espresso blend. This is Tiger Walk Espresso. I don't know if you can see it. Nope, you can barely see it. There. It's Tiger Walk Espresso, and it is a delicious coffee. I love it so much that for my espresso video, I got a 5-pound bag of it, which is definitely going to go bad before I'm done with it. But it was helpful for dialing in beans and stuff like that. It's also what we're going to use to make my normal coffee today. So there you go. Moving on. You know what? You know what? I'm going to make some toast because I'm kind of hungry. And that brings me to my next product that I have ready for you today, is the Smeg toaster. So let me grab that. Look at this beautiful little thing here. This is the toaster from Smeg. I've owned this thing since 2017. And it's just a really nice little toaster. The reason I specifically like it is for the looks, but also it works really well. It's never been unreliable. It's never like been out of control where I wasn't able to manage it or anything. It does bagels and toast just fine. And there's ample room in there for a big old piece of Texas toast. Let me just get this baby plugged in. Got all my plugs back here. I'm gonna unplug the Gaggia because I think we're done with that for now. So the toaster's plugged in. We're gonna get some toasty toast here. For sure, Dan, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in to my very random and occasional live stream. Toasty toasties. I'm gonna put this on about a 3, just so you guys know where I'm at. Boop. Oh shoot, this thing timed out. Come on. Connect. Oh boy, let me, oh, there it is. Nice. Sorry I had that up for so long, but I'm gonna put this thing on about a 3-ish. God, it's really hard to see that. It's really hard to see the 3. There you go. So I'm gonna put this on about a 3 for the toast. It's not 3 minutes, by the way. It uses some weird calculator to figure it out, but there we go. We got some toast coming up. While we're doing that, I'm going to get a plate. Get my little espresso cups in there. A plate. I'm also going to get this little butter thingy. Oh, this is where I keep all my butter. That way it's not butter on a counter. It's a fancy little case for butter. Guess I'll put this here. Did anybody let you guys know that streaming is incredibly messy? Look at the mess in my room right now. It's just, this place is a freaking mess. It's so many things. All right, so we're just waiting on toast. As you can see, it's pretty hot in there. Some things about the Smeg to note is that this is definitely one of those premium grade speakers. It's a toaster. It's not a speaker, Danny. It's a toaster. It's definitely a premium grade one. I would say that mainly due to the looks, but I haven't had problems with this one since 2017. It's worked just fine. And it's always delivered me pretty consistent toast out of it. I've tried out others. I've tried out the Breville 4-slice toaster. I've tried out the Dualit toaster, which I also love that thing. But it's just so weird. It's such an unusual toaster, and it takes up a lot of space. This one's kind of the sweet spot for me in terms of space, and it comes in different colors. So that's what's kind of nice about it. If you're just joining me on Amazon Live today, welcome to my coffee day. I just decided to enjoy espresso on camera with you guys and show you the machines I've actually been using. And now this beautiful little Smeg toaster. God, that is the best. I did some good shots on camera. This could have been terrible. Well, while that's happening, I'm gonna go ahead and clean out my portafilter here. Gross. Ugh. You also want to flush these group heads when you're done with this stuff, because those get kind of gross and dirty. Usually I give them a quick wipe under the group heads to clean them off. And as you can see, yep, it definitely gets dirty under there. So what you can do is you can just give it a little spritz. Ah, there's the toast. Beautiful toast. All right, that's good. Just put that there. We got some beautiful toast here. Wow, look at this beautiful toast. It's so beautiful that I think I'm gonna put some butter on it. As soon as I figure out where I'm putting this camera. Yeah, so much stuff on screen. It's getting crazy. Loading the phone. Looking for the phone. God, this thing's just crapped out on me. Come on now. Continue. Oh, it timed out. There we go. All right, so we're gonna do some toasty toasties. Look at that beautiful toast. Beautiful toast. With the Smeg toaster. If you're just tuning in, thanks for watching. Look at this beautiful little buttered toast. Is that not gorgeous? Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Sometimes I like to just flip the toast in on itself so it like helps melt the butter. I don't know if you're a big butter person or a little butter person, but I'm kind of a big butter boy. Just love my butter. And then, you know, you can just cut it in a triangle. This is how they do it in the restaurants. Man, I suck at cutting toast. I was trying to make it beautiful. Ah, okay. Sheesh. Can you imagine I just filmed myself every morning making breakfast? How weird that would be, but I would probably get very good at publicly making breakfast. All right. Let's see how this tastes. It's toast with butter. Of course it's good. It's always good. Oh my God. I maybe over toasted it just slightly. It was a little dry, but it's still pretty good. Wow. That's delicious. That's really good. Jesus. Maybe it's just because I'm realizing how hungry I am and how eating on camera doesn't necessarily equate to a good idea for me. And I'm like, man, I just want to keep eating that. But yeah. All right. God, I'm running out of space here. All right. Thank you, Toaster. That was very good. There's a Smeg toaster for you, everybody. Smeg, Smeggy, Smeg, Smeg, Smegs. And this is where it lives. In my kitchen. If you hadn't seen my toaster review, I definitely recommend watching it because I made it and I like it. I have a toaster review on my website or on my channel. All right, so we are moving on because we've got to keep moving, people. We've got to keep moving. So let me just get this thing set up. My camera is soaked now. Check the YouTube comments real quick. Make sure we're live chatting. Yeah, come on. Working. Oh God. I just want to see the chat, the live chat. Okay, cool. All you slackers out there have probably clicked off the channel by now. I don't blame you. I'm just here hanging out, you know? So let me just clean up a little bit here. I wish I had like a host or like a QVC person that would like talk about everything like while I'm doing it. Or I could talk while somebody else is doing stuff. It would be a lot easier than doing everything live. All right, so we're going to talk about coffee now. Now that we've done espresso, we're going to try to make some just normal coffee. Not everyone loves espresso. Nobody can afford these espresso machines. So we're going to move on. Oh, shoot. Actually, you know what? We're going to talk about one more espresso machine because I forgot to talk about this one. All right, so let me just put this up. We're going to talk about the DeLonghi EC680M, which is a cheaper alternative to some of these machines here. If you cannot afford to get into some of these espresso machines, this is a great alternative for you potentially, though it doesn't really produce like true espresso in the sense of how it works, and I'll explain it. Let me just grab it. Oh. Big boy. Oh. Okay, here we go. Plugging her in. So this is actually a relatively affordable DeLonghi espresso machine. However, oh my God, I just burped on camera. Delete that from the tapes, please, YouTube. No one can know that I'm a human being. All right, so this is the DeLonghi. It's a really nice, slim, as you can see, slim portable machine compared to like the Rancilio here. Like, just the size is completely different. This is great because it can fit inside of your kitchen, but it's going to be a coffee grind kind of artificial pressure double wall machine only. I say artificial pressure because it's not extracting from the coffee the same way as it would be in Mainly the Rancilio. The Gaggia can do a double wall as well, but it's a little bit different. So we're gonna power it on. It actually should be powered on here. Let's see. Yeah, it's working. Spilling water everywhere. That's why you need a rag. All right, put that there. One of the nice things about the DeLonghi here is that it's got a removable tank. So you can just take this right out and fill it right up. It's really convenient. And it just plugs in right back there. Just like that. See how easy this bad boy is? Yeah. Just like that. And just seats in there quite nicely for your convenience. You can steam milk as well. It doesn't just make espresso. Sometimes the steamer's a little weird. Like it's struggling right now. Yeah, it's trying to heat up. It's working. It's trying. All it's doing is making a mess on my counter right now. I should probably put a cup underneath it. But here we go. Where is the thing? So this is your portafilter for it. If you'll notice on the DeLonghi, it's using like I think it's a 51 millimeter portafilter versus this is the Gaggia. So this goes with this machine and this goes with the DeLonghi here. A little bit smaller and designed for double wall baskets that you can put ground coffee in. Let's see if I can explain what that is. Yeah, so these are all a little bit different. Let me get something out here to show you. Can you believe we're not in a studio? This is actually my real kitchen. So the DeLonghi can do normal ground coffee, but it can also do these ESE pods, which are just like a little. It kind of defeats the purpose a little bit of like using this machine if you use these pods, but basically this is like an espresso in a little fun size quick pack. And they're vacuum sealed, so they are mostly fresh. And this basket specifically right here, the one without the black rubber gasket on the inside, this one is designed for these ESE pods. And you just stick them in here like this, just like that. That's all you do, just stick it in. And then you can do shots that way. But if you're gonna do that, like why not just get a K-cup or like an espresso machine? Like it seems kind of like random to me. We could try one on camera just to see how it tastes. Ah! Oh crap. Spilt espresso everywhere. This is a mess. But thankfully I have lots more Sega wraps to go around. Oh. Okay, what was I doing? Oh my god, I forgot. Oh, cracking my back. That's what I was doing. See if anybody's commented. 2 people still watching. Thanks for watching. 2 people still watching. 2 people have not moved on with their Saturday yet. They're hanging out with me, so thanks. All right. I am going to get this out. This is the Bodum coffee grinder. Wow, I have a lot of stuff on the screen right now. This coffee grinder is great for just normal coffee. This is my standard machine I use for my Bonavita. And it just needs some beans. So we're gonna do some beans. The beans smell fantastic. You just fill it up like that. As much or as little as you want. And while we're doing that, I might as well just explain it. Let's see here, if I can find it on the carousel. Boop. So yeah, here's the Bodum coffee grinder. This is actually a pretty nice grinder for coffee. Instead of just being like a blade that spins around freely, it's actually got a burr grinder inside of it, so it'll get you a more uniform dispersion of coffee grinds than most machines. It's still not espresso level, but it can do pretty well. I've got it currently set on like a finer coffee grind setting. Oh, this thing keeps timing out. Come on now. Come on. Connect. That's like permanently frozen. There it goes. Wait for the camera. There we go. So here's the Bodum. Should probably not do it upside down. Let me zoom out a little bit. There we go. So this is the Bodum grinder here. As you can see, right down here, you've got different timer settings, which will change the duration that it allows the burrs to go for. So it's not just like an on and off button. You actually have to set this timer. Usually, depending on what I'm doing, I'll do between 5 and 10 seconds for most of my things, but it's completely arbitrary depending on what you're doing. You can also change the grind setting here. If I can just get the camera right. You just rotate this to get the different grind settings. Now, like I said, you can try to get towards espresso quality, but it's just not, it's not fine enough. But it's great for like a machine like the DeLonghi here that we're looking at. It's actually just fine for that. Because the DeLonghi creates an artificial pressure wall with the dual wall baskets. So what we'll do here is I'm gonna set the Bodum on about 5 seconds or so. I'm gonna empty this out real quick. This is the little hand-blown glass thing that it comes with. All right, there we go. You just stick this in here and this is what collects all the beans. Come on. Turn it on over here. And here we go. Nice. Now we've got some coffee. Thank you, Bodum grinder. Appreciate ya. Move back out to the DeLonghi here. The DeLonghi comes with a little tamp / spoon thing here. It's kind of cheap, but it works okay. And we're going to use this in the double wall basket here. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take a scoop of coffee and just kind of put it in the double wall thing here. And that's pretty much it. It should be just fine. I'll show you what this looks like. That's what the double wall basket looks like. Whoops, upside down. It's always upside down. Oh, I just made a mess. Ugh. Anyways, that's what ground coffee from here looks like. Notice it's not super fine, even though I don't have it on the finest setting for the Bodum anyways, but this works just fine in the DeLonghi grinder, or the DeLonghi EC680M. So now we're going to put this in the portafilter here. Just kind of, you can keep that in there. You don't ever have to take that out, by the way, unless you're cleaning it. And then you're going to use this tamp here. Oh my God, my hand is shaking. You just kind of push it down. You don't have to push it with all the strength in the world, just enough to kind of compress it enough. And there you go. Obviously, that's very different from the quality that the Rancilio requires and stuff like that. So just turn that off. So here we go. Come on. Yeah. All right. Yeah. DeLonghi. DeLonghi. We are going to pull a shot, but first I need a glass. There we go. We got a glass. Beautiful. Get this right side up. All right, so here's the DeLonghi. Let me move this over a little bit so you can see it. Yeah. So here's the DeLonghi. One of the things you'll notice is up on top here, you've got all these different buttons. You can do 2 shots or 1 shots or milk steaming. You just push them to tell what you want to do. In this case, we're going to do a double shot because I have the double shot basket. So you just push that and it should work. It might need to heat up a little bit. We'll see. Beautiful, excellent. And the shot's auto time, so it should be fine no matter what. Look at that beautiful, beautiful little espresso. It surprisingly looks a lot like a normal espresso, but when you taste it, that's the only way you're really going to be able to tell. It's a little bit different. It's like a watery espresso, basically. All right, and then the rest will just go in the drip tray. As you can see here, here is our espresso shot. Not bad, not bad at all. It's got a little bit of that crema, but it's not, apparently it's like fake crema is what they call it because of the double wall. It's not really the same thing, but all it is carbon dioxide. It really doesn't matter. It's, yeah, so let's try it out. Let's see. Do a little taste test with the DeLonghi here. It just tastes like coffee. That's really all it is. It just tastes like coffee. I would say if you're gonna get an espresso machine, you got to get a real one. Don't get this one. It's it tastes good, but it's like so much work compared to just making coffee. I would say this is actually kind of closer to like a pour over or a French press coffee, to be quite honest, which might be an easier way to do it. The double wall, yes, it creates a pressure, but it's not really the right amount of pressure. Apparently this thing's a 15 bar machine too. It uses 15 bars of pressure to get the coffee through, but it just, if it has that much ability, like why didn't they just do real espresso with it? If it's going to be this sort of fake espresso. I mean, don't get me wrong, it still tastes delicious, but it's weak. It's not as strong as a normal espresso. It doesn't have like the full gravity of that. Oh gosh, let me put this milk up. All right, let's try and steam some milk on this bad boy. One thing about the DeLonghi is it doesn't come with a milk pitcher, unfortunately. So I had to buy one. All right, let's do that. Let's get this thing set up so we can watch the milk frothiness happen, the magic milking stuff. Also, I saw there was a comment on my YouTube channel. Let me check that out. Greetings. Live chat. Let me see the chat. Eric V said, better get a simple espresso machine if it tastes like coffee. Yeah, don't like overpay if you're not going to get real espresso. And then Edusha says hi again. So hello, Edusha. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. You're one of very few people that's found this channel. Okay, let me get this moved over here. Let's see here. This is the most comprehensive DeLonghi espresso video probably in existence. And Sean asked, am I hyped up on caffeine? I'm getting there. I've already had like 2 cups that yeah. So anyways, we're going to see how good this machine works. Let me see if I get the camera up here. So this one has like this weird fancy little device on it. I'm not sure exactly what it is. It's like, I think it's designed to like froth your milk automatically or something. Wow, that is gross looking. Anyways, don't mind that. So I think you just stick this one in there and see how it goes. So let's, we're gonna push the steam button. Hopefully the steam's hot enough. Let's see. It's probably not. Nope. Oh, it's getting there. Okay, that looks hot. Nice. So here we go. Let's see how she does. Come on. It just shut itself off. We saw this actually on a review of it. It's like sometimes the steamer seems to struggle a little bit. And how I'm determining the temperature is I'm just holding it. Let's see, can I tear up the milk like I would in a normal one? Nope. That's working. Okay, it's working now. You basically want to steam the milk until you can't touch it for more than 1 second is kind of the real litmus test here. Actually, this froth looks pretty decent. I'm about to overflow. Ah! Ah! Okay, that's enough. Ah! All right, went a little crazy. This one is not as good at frothing milk, I would say, as the professional consumer grade ones, or the prosumer grade ones like the Gaggia and the Rancilio. This one I couldn't get quite right, and it kept shooting a ton of water into the milk. And as a result, it's giving me way more milk than I need. But here we go. So let's pour some milk in here. That doesn't look terrible. Actually, that's looking pretty good. So, okay, 1 drop, 2 drop. Okay, this is not working. That's how you're supposed to do the lotus, but I can't do it. There we go. Whatever, that looks pretty. But that is, yeah, you're basically just, this looks like a coffee with some milk, is what this is at this point. Let's put some Tirani's caramel sauce on it, because it's delicious looking. Oh, so good. If that doesn't make you want to go outside and get an espresso or buy your own espresso machine, then I guess I haven't done my job, because that looks pretty dang good to me. All right, let's try it out. Oh, that is so good. I mean, when you put milk and caramel together, it's going to taste good no matter what. So if you want to get by with the DeLonghi, you can. Just realize you're not going to get that rich espresso taste. It's just not quite as good. But that doesn't mean it tastes bad. It's just not quite the same thing that it's proposing itself to be. So let me just see in the comments here what you guys said. Dimitri said, yes, I am a coffee master today. I'm the coffee man. Yeah, I'm not going to sleep tonight. Edusha asked about the JBL Charge 5. Honestly, I would say get the Flip. Get the Flip 6 versus the Charge 5. The Flip is not that much more quiet. It's like just slightly less quiet, and it sounds, basically the Flip 5 sounds almost just as good, and it's way cheaper. I don't recommend the Charge 5 for that reason. I didn't really like the quality of the sound. And then Dimitri said, 7 p.m. here. I'm looking at you and grab... No, Dimitri, don't drink coffee. Don't drink a coffee right now. You gotta go to sleep, buddy. Don't do it. I know, but I guess this is tempting you. Yeah, I did not want to shoot this video in the middle of the night, like when most people are actually online. I was just like, there's no way I'm going to do an espresso video at this time. It's just... I like my sleep. I'm an old man now. I'm in my 30s. So I like to go to sleep, you know. Man, this espresso stuff, I'm afraid I'm not like jittering or anything like that. All right, so I got to clean this off. One thing I will say about espresso. Oh, wow, look at that. I've got to show you this. One thing I will say about espresso is that, there's your ground coffee there. Obviously a very different looking puck, and it's probably going to tamp way differently. Like, look at the difference here. Like, here's the DeLonghi's fine coffee, coarse coffee grind, and then there's a real espresso grind right there. It's like totally different kind of surface. Let's see. We just, yeah, running out of space. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, it came out nice and clean, so that's good. It's kind of satisfying. All right, I'll clean this thing later. You're too much work, DeLonghi. Or you're too much work after 3 freaking espresso machines. All right, let's put that there. Put this here. Oh, let's see how my battery's doing on my camera here. I'm going to run over there and make sure the battery's still good because we still got a few things to go over. Two percent. Okay, we're at 2% battery, so I'm changing the battery out on that and I'll be right back. And we're back! Everybody, I'm back. Got a new camera battery. that we were on 2% camera battery. I can't believe it. That means we've been streaming for a really long time. Oh, my back hurts. Ugh. Ugh. Sorry. Ugh. Oh, boy. All right. We are going to be trying out something kind of unique today. I'm gonna talk more about it in just a minute here. But I just want to introduce you to it because you might also be wondering about this. Where is it? Where are you? So I just got this in the mail. My sister gave me a birthday present. This is the Ember temperature control mug. And basically this thing's supposed to keep hot no matter what. And it charges up kind of like a cell phone battery. So we're going to be trying this out today, but I've got to make some coffee. I've actually got to make a real cup of coffee today, which we're going to pull out the Bonavita for that. So I'm excited to try this out. I have not opened this yet, so I really don't know anything about it. But we'll try it together. All right. So here we go. Just get my affairs in order here. All right. We are going to get the Bonavita out. Here we go. Ugh. We're going to get this out. So many products. Get this ready to go. All right, so this is going to be the Bonavita, the 8-cup Bonavita. I've used this thing for about a year now, and I actually really love it. It makes a mean cup of coffee. It's seen some battles. It came with me on my move to Las Vegas and everything, and it's been great. So we're going to brew some coffee, and we're going to try out the Ember coffee cup with it. It takes these little flower filter thingies, or ribbed, I don't know what you call them. I never know what to describe this stuff as. The only thing that stinks about this machine is this this top part. Like once you're done with it, like it's a separate piece. You can't really keep it on the machine. You have to put it on top or something, which is kind of annoying. God, I probably need to descale this thing. I always use filtered water with this machine. I usually do about 4 to 6 cups in my morning, which a cup is usually like half a cup in my actual coffee mug. So there we go. That's about 5 cups right there, filtered water. All right. We are almost going here. So here's the bottom. It's so hard to have all this stuff on the screen. So here's the bottom here. For about 5 to 6 cups, I'm going to put about 10 seconds on this thing. The grind's about right. So here we go. Okay. Excellent. Perfect. Beautiful little coffee. Get this thing out of the way. Man, those beans smell nice and fresh. Yum, 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 yum. So I just put it down here like that. There is a little bit of static with the bottom, but that's like every grinder, unless it's like you pre-treat it with a little bit of water. The cool thing about the bottom here is that you can do pre-infusion. I'm going to hold down this button for like 3 or 5 seconds. It's going to beep. And now it's telling me, hey, I'm going to pre-infuse the coffee before I really start pouring. So we're going to turn it on. It's going to take about 3 minutes or so. All right, it started. While that started, we're going to brew this coffee. I am going to put this machine down or slide this over a little bit so we can make room for our other stuff. And I see that I had some YouTube comments. Let me read those real quick. Ah! I have a problem with screaming a lot. I scream a lot on my channel. I just get scared of everything. All right. This is brewing coffee. Where'd I put my phone? Oh, here's my phone. Don't you love the sound of coffee? Let's see. Oh yeah, Dimitri followed up. That's cool. 120 degrees coffee shot. Thanks, Dimitri. Hey, and thanks for saying hello from Germany. I love Germany, by the way, and I wish I could go visit. Germany's a great country. And I almost bought the ECM Synchronica espresso machine, which is made in Germany, just because anything from Germany I'm kind of a fanboy of. So I had a lot of good stuff in there, including a lot of lenses for my large format photography. We are making coffee finally. So I guess while that's happening, we can start unboxing the Ember and checking out what it's all about. I just have to find the stupid thing. There we go. So she's grinding away. I've got my Spyderco knife. Bing! To open up the Ember here. That's all I needed the knife for. The amount of money I've invested in knives when I only need just to tear some cellophane off of something. It's pretty pathetic. All right. Let me wipe this countertop down a little bit. Consolidate some things here. Whew, what a mess. Can you hear that? That's the sound of coffee. The sound of delicious brown brew. Let me get this out of here. All right. Go looking a little bit more consolidated here. Okay, here's the Ember. I don't know anything about it other than that it keeps stuff hot. So let's see what's going on with it. How do you open it? Made in China. Ah, there we go. It's one of those. Has an outer shell, a husk. More tape. It's a beautiful little display there. All right, just got to cut this tape off. Oh shoot, I was supposed to rip that. Okay, well, whatever. Oh, ooh. This is kind of nice. I do scream a lot. I'm a little screamer. Oh my gosh, it's heavy. That's weird. You can definitely tell there's some sort of battery in there because it's pretty dense feeling. Charge before use. Okay. It has a bunch of stickers. So I peeled this off. That looks like a charging device thingy. Great, more stuff to plug it. What was that? Did somebody donate? I don't see it. I didn't see anything. Or maybe somebody subscribed. Maybe that's what it was. Thank you for subscribing or whatever. YouTube didn't tell me. I just saw a dinosaur pop up on the screen. I'm still figuring out my live streaming stuff. But thanks for checking in. Wow, so here we go. Here's the Ember. More stickers to peel off. Man, there's a lot of stickers. But they all peel off pretty easy, so that's good. And basically your charging surface, I guess? Oh my gosh, look at this big charging cable. Oof. Ooh. This is a big charger right there. That's gonna hog up some real estate. Not a fan of the charging cable, but I guess that's, the cost of having a heated mug? Whenever they do the twisty ties on these things, it's always really hard to get them off. Come on. All right, there we go. One of these days we got to get rid of plugs. Just get rid of electrical plugs. That would be nice. It would streamline the visuals of a lot of things. I spend so much time in my life trying to hide plugs from people. All right, we'll plug it in. Okay, there we go. It is, the Ember is ready to go, I guess. I don't know if there's anything more I'm supposed to do. Oh. Maybe it didn't plug in all the way. Get in there. Is that it? That's it? Oh yeah, there we go. There's a little light. I was just like, I need something to tell me, oh, it's saying it's low on charge. Okay. So I guess this is something you would just keep out on your counter, I guess? Interesting. Well, the Bonavita's done. Time to get this out of there. Where's the top? There we go. Nice. Ooh, it's hot. It's hot. Oh. By the way, if you guys haven't seen what I'm dealing with here, of course it doesn't want to work. Come on, work. This is how messy my whole countertop is right now, trying to film this live stream. It's such a mess. And just like coffee machines down here. It's a disaster. Also that you could have this beautiful front. Oh, thank you. Yeah, this San Antonio Spurs basketball. Also, look at this detail about this shirt. Look at this. They have little basketballs on them. Is that not the cutest thing ever? Little basketballs. That was a gift from my friend for my birthday. My birthday just passed on February 3rd. Oh, okay, here we go. So I guess this thing's still heating up, or it's still charging, but we're gonna try it out anyways. I should probably rinse it out first. Let me do that. Good enough. I like that you can put it down in any direction and it heats up. But how are we going to know if this coffee stays hot? Like, I wonder how this thing knows if it has coffee in it or not, you know? I mean, because right now it's going to be like piping hot from the thing. So I guess let's read the instruction manual together. Wouldn't that be fun? Sitting down with me reading a technical manual. I love reading technical things. Ooh, nice. Look at how square all of their menus are, or their like instructions are. They give you free stickers. So you can put it on stuff. Why would you do that? Oh, I love my coffee thing. Them begging you for a good review on Amazon. I see. Okay. How does it work? Instructions. Out of the box, Ember will keep your drink at 135 degrees. Do not microwave Ember. Ember is an electronic device which should never go in the microwave. That's a good point. I would totally like just brain fart in the morning and not think about that, and I would probably end up microwaving this thing. Contact with metal may cause damage to coating. Okay, it feels like kind of a ceramic kind of coating here. In case you haven't seen a close-up of this, this is what it looks like. Checking it out. It's a hot. I don't really know if it's the Ember staying warm. It does. If the Ember actually does feel warm, but I think that's just the hot coffee. So really, I probably should have put something cool in it. Anyways, let's see here in the manual. Contact with metal may cause damage. Keep out of reach of children. Do not put Ember mug in the dishwasher. Duh. Dry it well. Okay. But like, how does it work? To set up your Ember, download the... You have to download an app for this? Why? Oh my god, I have to download a stupid app for this. Portable battery life. Oh my god, why do I have to download an app? Oh, there's a power button. That's what we were looking for. You can pair... Wow, this is weird. This thing's a lot more sophisticated than I thought. So apparently there's a power button under here. Let's see. Do you see it? There is a power button. Oh wow, so let me just push this little button. How do I do it without leaking coffee everywhere? Do I just push it? Oh, okay, I finally got it. Is it doing anything? It's on. I'm drinking electricity today. Okay, I guess I turned it on. Because I was like, I had no idea. This thing is weird. Oh. You know what else is weird? Drinking espresso constantly for a month and a half. When I started getting into espresso, I started drinking a lot of espresso and I noticed my anxiety was raising. Like I would call Siobhan and talk to her and I was like, I don't know what's going on, but I just feel stressed all the time. It turns out I spent a few days not drinking espresso anymore and like my anxiety went down. So if you drink a lot of caffeine, that's a side effect. There you go. Look at how beautiful this coffee looks, but I have no idea if it's keeping it warm. It's hard to tell. Like I will take it if it just passively heats it up or like electronically heats, but I just, you know, until you start drinking it. I guess if you're like a slow coffee drinker, this would be good. Let's see. It tastes hot, nice and hot. But, I mean, it was probably... Actually, it tastes a little bit warmer than if I had been letting it sit this long. It's hot. My mic. No, I didn't mute it. Okay. Nope, turn off. Huh. Interesting. Let me check the comments, see how's... Oh, Dan says, you going to sell coffee? I am selling coffee right now. I am on Amazon Live. If somebody buys something, I'll make a small commission off of it for you know, just being the go-to link since they're watching it already. Well, I also love coffee, by the way, so that's why I'm doing this. It's not just because like, oh, we'll sell coffee. It was no, I actually really enjoy coffee. It's something I'm kind of passionate about, and I was probably going to sit here and do this anyways, just without a camera. So that's why I decided I would just check it out. Just really need some half and half. That's a smooth cup of coffee though, which, by the way, if you didn't know what coffee I'm using today, I'm gonna plug it right now. Equator Coffee. Did not sponsor this video, but I actually just really love their coffee. I don't know why, it's just extra smooth. If you order it from them, it'll come fresh. Sometimes from the store, the expiration date will be kind of coming close. So like, just as a brand, I recommend you check these guys out. Like, if you can get coffee from them, I definitely recommend it. Just make sure it's fresh. That's really important for any kind of coffee. But this particular one is Tiger Walk Espresso. And it's a great coffee. It like kind of hit that right balance of like smooth with some... It's just a smooth coffee is what it is. Like it's what I would want in the morning. I don't want a super challenging tasting coffee. I just want like a really plain Jane, but bold, robust coffee. I guess it's staying hot. I don't know. It's really hard to tell. Only time will tell. Maybe if I put some half and half in it and see how that does. Because you know what I don't like about half and half is when it cools down your drink. I actually get really annoyed by that. So maybe this will help alleviate some of that. So I just put in a fair chunk of half and half in there, which would normally chill the drink quite a bit. So I need to stir that around. Where are my stir sticks? Oh my gosh, don't break the mugs. Get some nice stir sticks here. Whoop. Hide that away. Everything is 10 times more complicated on camera. Stir. Oh, that half and half looks a little old. Don't look at the drink. Don't look at the drink. It still tastes good, probably. But let's see if it cooled it down significantly. I guess it's working. To be honest, I really, really like the idea of this thing, but I think until I've really chilled with this for a while and seen how it does. Also, I need new half and half, I think. This half and half is bad now. Yeah, no good anymore. Anyways, yeah, I think I've hit pretty much everything on my list today. I would ask you guys, is any one of you doing anything fun for your Saturday if you haven't already started? Me doing coffee today has been probably the main thing I'm going to do today. After this, I'll be quite honest, I'm probably going to go play Hogwarts Legacy on PlayStation 5. And I got to clean this up because this was a lot of work. Yeah, that half and half ruined that coffee. It's not their fault. It's just, yeah. I used old half and half. Bad on me. This is from the Rancilio. Let's see if it's still good. Yep, it's still delicious. Wow. Once you go to espresso from coffee, it's almost like you don't want to go back. And it's not because you prefer lattes. It's just it's a richer kind of coffee. And honestly, sometimes like a little overwhelming, but it's just, once you get that in your system and a good one, it's kind of addicting. And coffee doesn't always seem to quite cut it after that. Coffee ends up starting to taste really weak. But yeah, to each their own preference. I mean, if you want to step up into the coffee game, you're going to have to spend a lot of money. Like this Rancilio Silvia goes for $19.40 right now, so that's pretty expensive. I mean, it does an amazing job with what it's doing, but it's just, that is a lot of money to invest in coffee if you're not ready. But the reason I ended up getting this one is because after like a month and a half of research, I realized this machine was basically going to be the end-all be-all solution for me. And the Gaggia was good too, but it just didn't quite cut it in terms of temperature consistency, and I was like a little frustrated with getting a good shot. But actually, after I upgraded the spring to the 9-bar spring from eBay, the Gaggia actually ended up being really good. Like the shot I had this morning was amazing. This thing's a great deal. Went for the run to, Dimitri said, went for the run today. Was fun. Have a nice day. All right, Dimitri, have a good day. Thanks for watching, man. Appreciate it. Have a good night. Ooh. I'm reading my comments. Anyways, well, thank you guys so much for watching. It seems like everyone has already moved on with their Saturday morning, but if you spent a little bit of it with me, I appreciate you hanging out. I had a great time. I don't know when I'm going to do this again because it actually is kind of a lot of work to get all this stuff up here and get the camera set up. But I do appreciate you watching. And now you can come watch me again later on if you want in my channel. And yeah, so I am exhausted. I mean, now I'm kind of like hyped up but exhausted at the same time because of the espresso. So anyways, I think I'm going to end the stream now. And thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check out my Amazon store for things I suggest. I'm going to be building an espresso page on there specifically with notes about like what I found works really well, so that I could share that knowledge with you if you want to get into this. And it helps keep me going, helps perpetuate my ability to do these videos. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you later. Bye! Where's the off button?